Hello, hello, beautiful world. This is Ann Mina, the host of the Fashion and Beauty Show. And here, we believe that fashion is more than the clothes you wear, and beauty is more than skin deep. So, we ask the questions, we go find the answers to help you define what fashion and beauty means in your world. This is our first release in February, Black History Month. So, how fitting for us to be talking about black hair. When I think of black hair, I think of four broad categories: wigs, extensions, natural hair, and locks. That's actually what we'll be talking about today. I've been talking with four different amazing business owners in Edmonton, and I really started questioning this and doing research because of a conversation I had with my friend. He's not black, but I was telling him about what I was planning to do for Black History Month in this show, and he was confused. Black, or not black hair. Hair is just the stuff that grows out of your head. Why is it such a big deal? That got me thinking. Why is it a big deal in black culture? Why is black hair so symbolic and important? And why is it important to me if it even is? And I realized through going through this process so many different things, and I want to take you along on the journey. So, without further ado, I want to introduce you to the four gracious business owners and amazing businesses that helped me put this together for you guys. Today here we have Fatou Tao, the founder and CEO of Njia Asili. Now tell us a bit about Njia Asili.
Njia Asili is a company that works in the hair cosmetic industry. And we control the whole process from the research and development to the production to the distribution of natural hair care products to our clients.
All right. Awesome. Now, where did you create Njia Asili? What is it meant to do for the community?
I created it because when I started my journey into the natural hair world, I lacked lots of knowledge, and I did research a lot, and I thought, okay, this is a time where I can actually share my knowledge. I can share the tools, the techniques, and when I say tools, I'm talking about the products that I created, for example.
Today here we are with Teresa from Quick Fix Hair and Beauty Supply. Teresa, why don't you tell us about Quick Fix Hair and Beauty Supply?
Thank you for stopping by, Anna. Hi, everyone. My name is Teresa. Quick Fix Hair and Beauty Supply is a quick hair solution place. So we kind of take it from point 0 to 100. We provide a solution to all your hair and beauty needs.
Okay, great. And why did you create Quick Fix? What need did you see? So what need did you see in the community?
I would just start with a quick short story. I was at a bus stop when I was new in Canada, and I saw a lot of people's hair. I was like, is it that they don't know where to go, or there's no one doing their hair? And shortly after that, I walked into a salon, and they were like, oh, sorry, we don't know how to do your hair. I was like, oh, okay. So from there, I just decided to be the change I wanted to see.
What are the things that people can come to Quick Fix Hair and Beauty Supply for?
We provide all kinds of hair services and beauty needs, and so we can provide custom-made wigs, braids, weaves, extensions of all kinds. Whatever you need for your hair. Even if you have no hair on your head, we can fix that.
Here today we have M, the founder of Bella 360. So please tell us who you are and what you do here as the business owner of this business.
What we do here is to make people look beautiful. So we attend to their beauty needs. We sell hair extensions, cosmetics, as well as skincare products. And in addition, we also have a hair salon at the back. So not only do you have opportunity of buying your beauty care needs here, you can also book an appointment at our salon.
Today we're here with Nilo, the founder of Aphrodisiac Natural Shop. Nilo, tell us a bit about Aphrodisiac.
So Aphrodisiac is a place for natural Afro-textured hair, so loose and locked hair we care for. We don't use extensions or heat or even wigs in the store, so it's all about using natural products and natural techniques to care for your own hair.
Okay, did you create Aphrodisiac? Kind of what need did you see in the Edmonton community?
So I really generally saw a need to care for hair, to regrow hair, to look at hair really from a therapy perspective and care for it. And I didn't see Black people having the opportunity to have our hair done and touched with love. So that was really important to me to create a space for that.
Like being touched with love and having your hair taken care of, what particular like services can people come to you for?
Oh, so here at Aphrodisiac, every client gets a steam treatment. If you have buildup on your hair, if you feel like you've been using a lot of products and you might have buildup, we do have steam detox, which will help to clean off your hair. Yeah. Also, if you have locks, our locks are 3-dimensional, so we do steam to help clean them as well. And then we have grow treatments with specific oils and steaming and massaging as well to help all of the trouble spots of your hair grow back.
Thank you again to the great business owners that collaborated with me. I encourage all of you to check out their wide range of products and services if it feels right to you. For the purposes of this show, though, they each have a focus that I spoke to them about, and Gia Seeley is the first one, the way back to your natural hair. And my natural hair journey, actually, I had natural hair for a long time, 3 to 5 years. And this is a recent development. You'll see why shortly. But I love my natural hair. I love wearing it short. I've gotten compliments with it, and I just enjoy my natural hair. A part of it is because it's easy to take care of. But with my natural hair, I realized 2 things. There's this self-love journey that you go through with your natural hair, and then there's the loving care aspect of it as well. I got the self-love down. It was a process to get to that point, but at the place I stand now, I love my natural hair. I comb it out. It's one of my favorite things to do, and when the coils come out in full circles, I am just mesmerized and in awe of it. And seeing the curls like accentuated with gel activators and things like that is great to me. The thing, though, I'm not great at is, and I discovered this year, is the loving care aspect of my natural hair. I kind of had this subconscious belief that my hair is only going to get to this X length and it's quite short, and I didn't really bother doing much else to it. But there's actually something you can do, and in caring for your hair, in a natural hair in a loving way, there are things you can do and processes you can put in place and routines you can have, and I did not have that. So today we're going to be talking about 5 processes or steps to taking care of your natural hair, and it all starts with the roots. It starts with the shampooing. Let's take a look. So we're here to actually go through some of your products. Tell us a bit about what you plan to do with me today.
Okay, so with you, I'm going to be using and showing how to use the products, and I'll be explaining what I'm doing it. But before, because there are 2 important steps that you've already completed.
Yes.
That I'll just go through. So if I can summarize the whole process of taking care of our natural hair, we have to keep them cleansed. We have to detangle them, condition. So this is one step, condition, right. Detangle. We have to hydrate them and moisturize, and then we need to seal that hydration, that moisture in. Okay. So these are the 5 main steps, like for the basics.
Okay, so let's say that again. 1, we are cleansing, and then conditioning, and then moisturizing? Hydrating first, and then moisturizing and sealing the product. Okay, now I've already shampooed my hair and conditioned my hair, but she does have products to help you along the way. So now you told me when we had sat down prior that I shampoo the not so right way to do it. So there's a correct way to shampoo your hair.
Okay, yeah.
And even though I've already done it, she has a bar soap for all of you watching. But tell us and explain how you're meant to properly shampoo your hair to avoid breakage.
Okay, so actually, whether you're using a shampoo bar or a liquid shampoo, you're gonna have to apply the product actually onto your hair.
Okay.
So with the shampoo bar, for example, you can gently go through, you get your hair wet,
Yeah.
the shampoo bar wet, and then you apply gently, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna lather, although the lather does not cleanse, but people like lather.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will. The other thing is when we shampoo our hair, and we all guilty of that, I've been guilty of that too.
Yeah.
We put the products and then we start washing our hair anyhow as if we are washing our clothes.
Me. That was me.
I was guilty of that too.
Yeah. It's
But-
normal.
Yeah. So the right way, when you do that, actually, what you're doing, you are disturbing the cuticles. It's like scales that you have on the surface of each strand.
Okay.
And when you're doing like this,
Yeah.
you're disturbing them. And if they lift, they start, neighbor strands will start mingle together and create knots.
Right.
And remember, shampoo is the first step.
Yeah.
Detangling and conditioning is the second step. You do not want to add up some
So we're making it more difficult by doing it
That
like
way.
that. Okay.
So
So
how you want to do it? You have the product on your hair and you want to go from under the hair and then you massage actually your scalp. The purpose of shampooing is to remove, to lift up the dirt, to lift up all these toxins and whatever is on your scalp that shouldn't be there.
Right.
Right? So you don't need to scratch because this will cause microlesions. You don't want that.
Okay.
You use the flesh of your, at the tip of your hands.
yeah.
And then you massage like this.
Right.
Okay, and you have the products. It's fantastic, at least I find, because it's like, I always feel like I'm in a spa at home when I do that, when I shampoo my hair. Really, I love
And
it.
you doing it to me now, it does feel like I'm at a spa of some sort.
Okay.
So I give myself that special treatment in the shower when I'm doing my shampoo.
Exactly.
Okay,
Because at the
good.
same time, you're shampooing and you're massaging your scalp, which
Yeah.
is actually a good thing. And depending on the shampoo you use, the shampoo bar that I have, for example, it has fenugreek. And fenugreek has one ingredient inside that actually opens, if I can use that word,
Yeah.
the capillaries. So that means more blood that flows to the root of the
Okay.
hair. So stimulates the hair growth, right?
Right,
So you don't
okay.
want to scratch, you really want to massage. You go under the scalp, you massage, under the hair, you massage the scalp. But you still also need to wash the hair themselves, right? When you actually put the balm,
yeah.
or the oil,
Yeah.
this is the last step because you've
Okay.
just sealed that hydration,
Yeah.
right? And that moisture in, especially in winter, because when the environment, like our hair, our skin, everything communicates with the environment we are
Yes.
in, right?
Yeah.
So wintertime, really dry. And whichever is dry, whether your hair or the environment, the climate, the one that is dry, we try to steal the moisture from the other one.
And our hair is always more moisturized than the environment in winter.
In winter time, exactly,
Okay.
exactly, right?
Okay.
So this is why, like, when we use the balm or the oil, it's like the last part. Now you can start styling actually your hair.
Okay. From natural hair to extensions, it's a progressive, natural buildup, in my opinion. Extensions are basically artificial or real human hair that's attached to your natural hair. And that could be from box braids to crochet braids to weaves to even the high ponytail. All of that, in my opinion, are considered crochet. It is not crochet. I got crochet. It's considered extensions. And I decided to get extensions for the with Teresa Quick Fix to just understand what that process was like for me, because I haven't had extensions for a long time. A couple things I realized. Your extension experience is only as good as the hairstylist. I've had places where it's so tight and it takes a week almost for me to feel relaxed in the hair because my scalp has been like wound up very tightly. But more than that, I realized when I used to get extensions, it was back to back to back. And when I got extensions before, I decide the hairstyles based on what need I was trying to achieve. Never really for myself, not because, oh, I like that, I'm going to wear it. It was, does it meet a certain standard? And this was a bit outside of what I would typically get. And with Quick Fix, we're going to talk about, you'll see my transformation first of all. I have a quick reaction video I took after getting the hair done to just let my thoughts out and take a look. We are here at the salon at Quick Fix Hair. There are lots of products, but she also does services as well. And she's going to be giving me extensions today. I'm excited to see our transformation. We're going to get started with extensions. So, go ahead. What would you do first, typically?
Right now, I'm just going to blow out your hair because it's a little shrinking, or it's what did I do?
Shrinkage.
Yeah,
Yes.
just the shrinkage. So I have to spray on some water and blow it out.
Okay. Gorgeous hair is being attached to my head. We're going to, this might sound very basic, but laying edges. How to do it, it's always a finishing touch. We've seen Swati, we've seen Nicki Minaj, we've seen everybody with extravagant, I don't know if you have, but I have, extravagant ways and finishings for their baby hairs. And Teresa, are we done, Teresa?
Yes.
We are. Okay, so she's going to do eventually one side of my head in edges, and then I'll do the other. Of the key is always what's symmetry, for it to be symmetrical. Yeah. So I'll learn from you and I'll try it on my own because I don't do edges. I've never had to, and now I think it'll be a daily routine. So
You can just have an imaginary line that you're working with.
So I'm making this section, like, am I putting too much gel? Was I?
I think you're working with too much section at a time.
Okay, it's mostly the sectioning.
Yeah, just the sectioning.
Okay.
So this is another section.
So from there to here.
Yes, right.
Okay, let me
Now
try
we're
that.
listening,
I think this is a great final product or final look. And I want to know, and also for the people out there, how do you maintain it to make it last as long as possible?
So basically depends on what you do. Some people go to the gym, some people go swimming, some people just go to work and get back. It's up to you. So it depends on your daily routine. Some people are okay to wash it with actual shampoo and conditioner, and you can also use dry shampoo on your scalp. And when you're going to sleep, it's better to go to sleep with a silk cap, like a slip cap or a silk scarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
With extensions especially, I think, anyway, these are crocheted in. What it looks like without being on your head is different than when it's actually on your head, and it's thick and a lot, but I like it. I don't know what else to say except that it's different and I like it, and I'm going to just explore what it means to me to have extended hair extensions versus when I had my short hair, and gather people's opinions of short hair and long hair. Beauty. When you think of beauty, what does it mean to you and what comes to mind?
I think beauty in itself has a lot to do with your personality, and a lot of people connect it to their self-confidence and actually who they are. For example, if you see someone who is not happy, you can even tell from their hair or how they look, right? So I have a lot of clients too that tell me, I'm not happy, I'm feeling so down, but I just feel like if I get my hair done, I'll feel a lot better. Yes. And that's really true, Yeah. And that's why I'm here though. A lot of people just come and they feel so much better when their hair is done. So, yeah.
We're halfway through, guys, and I am excited to share with you my experience at the Bossy Beauty Fest. Happened on February 19th. It was a good show, well attended. Every girl was giving it. It was awesome. And I met 4 amazing women, and I had 2 questions to ask them. What does beauty mean to you? Describe black hair in a few words. I liked their answers. You'll notice there's been a trend, and I think I would agree with them.
What does describe black hair in one to 2 words?
Black hair is being able to be versatile. I love that I can straighten it, I can do fancy knots or twist outs like what I did today. So I think black hair is being able to be versatile.
All right. And describe black beauty. What does black beauty mean to you?
Black beauty to me is being able to be me, as beautiful as I am, just as I am. And I think that's what's beautiful about being black, that I can do whatever I want in my own, with myself, I guess.
I'm hearing black, bold, and beautiful.
Pardon me?
I'm hearing black, bold, and beautiful.
Amen, girl.
Amen.
Yes.
All right.
Describe black hair in 2 words.
Black hair in 2 words, I would say versatile for sure, and full.
Black hair is versatile and full.
Yes, full.
Okay.
I feel like we wear a lot of our emotion in our hair. That's why I use the word full.
All right.
Yeah.
And what does black beauty mean to you?
Royalty.
Expand on that one.
Royalty because we are descendants from kings and queens. We shouldn't be on thrones. We are royalty. That's just what it is. That's facts. That's not even like a theory. That's facts. That's science.
Define black hair in 1 phrase.
Black hair to me would be versatility at any stage and age and very inspirational.
Okay. What does black beauty mean to you?
Black beauty means to me forever changing, forever growing, and embracing who you are more and more each day. What does black beauty mean to you?
Beauty, period, especially black beauty to me, means being comfortable and happy in your own skin. You know, I think the resilience, the will, the power of black women, with all we go through each and every day, that's beauty in itself. Not hard working, strong. That's beauty.
All right. And describe black hair in 2 words or in 1 phrase. What comes to mind?
Beautiful pearls.
Beautiful girl. Black hair is beautiful girl. Love that.
Yes, it is. So beautiful, luxurious, thick. Oh, so pretty. Yeah.
Versatility. That was said more than once, and to me that's also what black hair is. A big part of black hair is versatility, and with that you can't forget wigs. A story I heard from one of my coworkers really struck me, and I want to share it with you. So they knew a black woman X amount of years ago, and they had the opportunity to go to her place, and he says, he kids me not, when he was telling this story, 50 different wigs. 50 different wigs in her home. And of course, the natural question after that is, well, how do you pick the wig to wear on a day-to-day basis? And her answer struck me. She said, I pick my outfit and the wig reveals itself. I pick my outfit and the wig reveals itself. Really, that is the definition of versatility as it comes to wigs. So we're playing a fun game with M from Bella 360, and I want to hear what your opinions are on what each of these wigs persona is. So comment down below on your thoughts.
That you dress is an extension of your personality, and now with wigs and other things in the fashion and beauty industry, we can change how we look.
And I think wigs is one way to, transform yourself and make yourself into a different, persona. So that's actually what we're going to do. We will take a few wigs here that M has that in Bella 360, and we'll give them a personality. When I look at this wig, what do I think of? And M is going to do the same with me, and it will be fun. She probably a bit older, more in her mature stages, and she has mastered the hair flip. She knows what she's doing when she's giving attitude and sass. So I like that about her. I think that she is serious, reserved, but with a fun side that comes out when it's like a girls' night out. So that's my persona. How about you?
Okay, so Swiss lace front wig. Not as long as the first one, quite, not very short, goes all the way to the shoulder. The clients who typically ask for this type of wig, you are right, they're actually, folks who are mature. Yeah. So sadly, not your teens. Folks in their 30s and 40s, and of course, goes into their 50s. These are folks who have mastered their career. These are folks who know what they want. At the same time, they are so busy they don't have time to straighten the long hair, okay? Mm-hmm. They just want something in and out. They want to look classy. Mm-hmm. They want to change wigs as often as they want. But at the same time also, they want to be taken seriously. So, yeah, I like this. I wish I could wear this myself. But
I like what you said about that, and we'll touch on it a bit more. But this is for the woman with no time, wants convenience, but still has to uphold her standards in how she looks. So
now, I think it's good for folks to see the back of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have your, almost like your two ponytails at the back here. Really, really nice. So this is your young girl. Mm-hmm. Okay, so somebody young. I wouldn't say this in an older person. And when I say older, like anybody, from 40 down, no. Yeah. This is your young, teen or somebody in their 20s or early 30s. They love this look because it shows like I don't care, Okay, it's a nice hair. It's lace front, so it's one of those high-end wigs too. So easy going. You don't have to care for it a lot. You don't have to also loosen the ponytails. Just leave it as it is and go. So trendy and young.
Trendy and young. I agree with that. Trendy and young. When I first saw this, I thought of a girl, like you said, in her late teens or early 20s, around there, and she was rollerblading. My mind's weird, maybe, but she had a helmet on, she was rollerblading, and she was just enjoying summer life. And so fun, trendy, I think, is a good way. What I also really like and appreciate about the wig is it looks quite natural. If someone who's maybe lettuce-skinned or has long enough hair like this, it looks like it's growing right from their head. So I like the way it looks natural, and of course still has the curls in it.
Braided wigs became popular about 3-4 years ago. It used to be the trend. Then it's still a trend right now, but not as popular or not as trendy as it was. Your braided wigs are for people who don't have 6 hours or 10 hours to spend behind a chair getting their hairs braided. Okay, this is something easy. These are tiny, so they're actually your micro braids, so very, very small, or some people will call it your $1 million braids, as the case may be. So very tiny, takes a very, very long time to achieve. If this were in Africa, you have about 4 or 5 people working on your hair at the same time. Yes. That way, the time can be reduced from 10 to about 3 to 4 hours. So in terms of personality, again, somebody who is busy, who loves her braids, but again, doesn't have time, wants to show that, she still knows the trend, so, trendy and then fashionable. Again, somebody who is mature, just like the other one, this is kind of shoulder length, just a little bit, below that, but busy, doesn't have time for more, just gets on her day. I like this a lot, and we've sold a lot over the past few weeks, actually.
It's interesting. For me, fun fact actually, I actually had a weave put in that looked like this, and I was I was in my teen years. I liked braids at that time, but I actually, in university, like I imagine a university student, someone who's a bit, playful. I think with braids it shows kind of funness. She has a personality, and she's kind of bubbly and hopeful for the world, I guess. Maybe though I can see what you mean about the maturity because of the length of the hair. Maybe the younger generation like the long hair, the mid back type of thing. But
So a university student would actually buy something way longer than this. At the same time, also, they will probably just prefer box braids.
interesting. What do you think? What do you think? I know because I'm around that age, and I wore this when maybe I was just a weird kid, but I wore this when I was like in my teens, and I liked it. I liked the small braids. So let us know. That was a fun game. I liked Personify the Wig, and since recording it, actually, I look at wigs as I go to different stores or see it on people. I'm like, that's edgy, or she seems nice. And I'm looking at a piece of artificial hair, and I just, build them up, build the wig up. So it's a fun exercise, I think. It helped me understand kind of the biases that I had or the opinions I have in terms of the type of person who would wear that type of wig. One thing that wigs and locks, which is our next segment, have in common in my life is I was very uneducated on both of them and have based opinions on bias and lack of knowledge. So this next segment is just a fraction of what Nila and I spoke about. It was so good, such good conversation. And really, if you've never considered locks or know very little about them, I challenge you to take on this segment as an opportunity to identify what your relationship to locks are, even if you don't have them. When you see somebody with locks, what do you think? Could you ever see yourself in locks? Just being aware is the first step. Looking forward to sharing it with you. Why is black hair so important to our culture? Why does it hold so much significance to us?
Oh, I think in terms of, there's probably different reasons for different cultures, but I think one of the reasons it's important today is because of the transatlantic slave trade, we actually lost a lot of, and colonialism both, we actually lost a lot of history as it relates to our hair, also techniques. There's a lot of care techniques that we've lost as well. Mm-hmm. So I think that probably in the last 12 years or so, it's been a journey to reclaim those techniques, reinvent them in a sense, and also rediscover them as well. So I think right now, as far as going natural, it's like people returning to their natural selves.
3 things you feel like you wish more people knew about natural loose hair?
Yeah, so I think the 3 biggest things for loose natural hair, number 1 is that your hair tangling is not inevitable. So if you are caring for your hair, if you're reducing either product damage and heat damage, your hair actually will not tangle if the outer cuticle layers are healthy. So there's kind of this idea that curly hair is tangly hair. That's definitely one of the myths, yeah. Another one that I would say, we do wear a lot of wigs and braids as protective styling. However, I don't actually know where that word actually came into wigs and extensions from because they do a lot of damage. So oftentimes we are blaming ourselves for things that those hairstyles, which instead of protective, I'm going to call them recreational styles. Yes. So those recreational styles do cause a bit of damage. So it is important to know that because a lot of times we sort of internalize that.
Right.
And then a third thing I would say is that good hair, great hair, strong hair, soft hair starts from the inside. So making sure that you care for yourself, you're well rested and well watered, goes a long way towards making sure that you have healthy hair.
Okay. And I know definitely that actually from one of our first conversations, you made the point of recreational styles versus protective styles. That's huge because in me getting my extensions done this time, I had a different look into it instead of I'm doing this because I want to look I want to, because it's winter time and it's hard to take care of my hair. I was more intentional in saying, I like how this looks, so I'll do it for that.
Also fair, yes.
Also a fair way to...
Right.
Right.
Also valid.
Okay. And what about for locked hair? What is, that's truthfully an area I know very little about, so I am generally curious, and I know there are many people out there as well. Locked hair, what are some 3 things anyone, even if they don't have it, should know about locked hair?
Okay, so one of the things I would have to say is if you have locks, thinning on the roots is also not inevitable. Just because your hair is long doesn't necessarily mean it will thin at the root. However, just as with anything, any technique that's done improperly can cause damage, right? So that is one thing that I would say with locks. Another thing that I would say is that they are very versatile. So a lot of people get into locks and they're concerned about versatility, but you can braid them and have, like, not braid on them, y'all, but braid your hair itself and have braids in. You can wear it curly. You can style it in ways to make it short as well. So they're very versatile. And then lastly, I think people get into locks and they think they're very permanent, which is ironic because I don't hear people saying that about perms, which are literally called permanents. However, with your locks, it is possible to comb out locks. You will lose a lot of hair. It does take a lot of time. Yeah. And I usually say that the best person is the person that loves you the most, which should be yourself, if you're planning on undoing locks. So it is not a service that we offer. Yeah. But it is if you want to get into locks, but you're afraid that maybe you'll be stuck in them forever. With a little bit of determination, you could definitely comb them out. So I don't like to say that, but it's true.
It's true. Let's say somebody is thinking about getting locks and they're actually serious, doing their research, et cetera, et cetera. What are a few things you would suggest that they think about, and maybe even questions that they should ask themselves before starting the journey?
Okay, so some of the things that I look to ask when we do that consultation is what size are you thinking about? So there's a lot of different sizes, everything from big chunky locks, like maybe 5-10 locks on your head, to hundreds and hundreds, and having sister locks, which is the smallest kind of locks, or micro locks. Which we do here at the shop. So number one is definitely what size that you're thinking of. I would say that all locks are able to be styled. So you just have to kind of look at what styles might appeal to you for the sizing. Another thing I would say is what method do you want to use to start? There's a number of different methods. There's instant lock method, which exists right now, where you can literally, with a crochet hook in a couple of hours, you can leave with locks in your hair, right? Essentially, so we can turn your hair into locks automatically. Well, it's not. It takes like 10 hours, but it's automatic, right? Right. We can also do things like 2-strand twists or single coils. All those are different ways for starting your locks. Even braids. People start with braids. People start with just straight palm rolling. And then the third thing is how you want to maintain your locks ongoing. So one of the ways is palm rolling, which is twisting the lock all the way down, wrapping in whatever stray hair there is. Yeah. So for people who don't mind a looser look or a freer look over time, palm rolling might be best. It's very neat when it's done. When it ages, it does get a little bit more volume. Right. The other one is interlocking, and with interlocking, it's actually folding the lock over on itself, and in that way, the new growth really stays neater a bit longer. And so for people who are very concerned with neatness, this is probably their best bet. All of our swimmers, our sports people, they typically go with interlocking so that they can still be working out and doing all of those things, right?
Okay.
So it would be probably those are the three biggest things. And then what you want your lock to look like in terms of it's smooth or a little bit bumpier is going to depend on if you twist or if you interlock as well.
You were actually mentioning a bit about the journey with locks. So kind of what's the maintenance? I know I've heard 2 to 3 months if you want to keep it tight to come and get them redone. But what would you say is typical maintenance or recommendations so your hair looks healthy in lock form?
So if you would like to keep your hair neat and your palm rolling, that would be about every 4 weeks, so once a month.
Okay.
Right? And then if you're interlocking and you also want to keep your hair very neat, that would be about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So as free as you are, you can go out and out and out from there. What we do with the roots doesn't lock your hair. Your hair locks on its own. Okay. So what we'd be doing is separating. Whatever we do with your roots is really making it cute until it locks.
Okay, and lastly here is you take care of your locked hair like you would your natural hair. You want to moisturize, you want to oil it and things like that on a regular basis. That stays the same. There's no special cares that need to happen with
No, it's probably less. So we focus, health is at the roots, so we focus on your roots. No, it's almost the same. So our loose natural hair clients are using a daily spray leave-in conditioner,
Right.
which is an oil and water emulsion. Our lock clients are using the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. We've made it. We've reached the end. And we've explored natural hair, extensions, wigs, locks. We've educated ourselves on all of those areas as well. And we've engaged. I've reflected on each aspect. I've reflected on the biases happening in my mind subconsciously I wasn't even aware of. And I'm choosing to make a different decision from this from this release. And from my natural hair, to get to the point of wearing my hair natural was a process. But then once I got there, I wore my hair so long naturally, not because because I enjoyed my hair natural, that's true, but also because I was unaware of some of the fears and some of the beliefs I had about extensions, about wigs, wasn't even thinking about locks, that caused me to just stay natural. So was it really a conscious choice? Because if I thought about it, I liked being natural because it was acknowledged that yes, the whole natural hair movement and journey. But does that mean if I wear extensions or if I wear a wig, I am not proud of my natural hair? Does it mean that I'm pretending to be like somebody else? This really brought those questions and unconscious views and biases to the surface in terms of my natural hair. With extensions, I've decided I want to explore. I enjoyed having this hair, the crochet braids, but I have looked at pictures of short hair I want to try. Box braids, I haven't had box braids in so long. I want to try that. I am just, with extensions, very curious to see how I identify with myself and if it changes my personality or if I'm able to find my way and be myself in those hairstyles, because I believe that the way I look, there's a different embodiment of who I am based on the way I present myself. Hair is a big part of that. And with wigs, I want to have fun with wigs. Like, I want to buy a wig firstly. Let's just start there. I want to buy a wig and I want to enjoy it and play around with different outfits and mostly different outfits that work with the wig and create my own persona with the wig. And I want to try wigs that don't typically what's the word? Don't typically, I wouldn't associate myself with, right? It's easy to take a wig off. It's not permanent. It's not glued to my head. And so I want to get color wigs, or I don't even know, but I want to go shopping and get a few like unique wigs and see how I feel and how I can express myself more through wigs and different hairstyles. Now with locks, I was so uneducated. And the more I heard about it and the more I relate the experience to my own journey, the more appealing it sounds. So, not there yet, don't know if I'll ever be, but the fact that I'm actually conscious of that decision is huge to me. I want to engage you now. You've learned, you've heard me talk, you've heard my opinion. Hopefully you can relate to some of what I've said, but I want you to think of your own life. I want you to think of your own journey. Do you specifically only wear wigs because of why do you only wear wigs? Is it fluid? Like, are you fluid to go from natural hair to extensions to wigs based on how you feel and based on what the situation calls for? Or are you consistently in one area? And maybe that's okay with you, but at least think for yourself on that. And I have a few question prompts to help you along. Thank you for watching. I have enjoyed sharing this journey with you, and I want to also let you know we have a submission form that will be in the link or in the description below for you to give feedback, to give recommendations, if you would like to collaborate with us. Whatever it looks like, I am open and willing to start a conversation. So this is Anne, the host of the Fashion and Beauty Show, and I'm so glad to have had you here. Bye. Wait. One last thing. The question prompts and the continuation of each release is actually going to happen on my Instagram. This is me calling myself out and making myself accountable to actually post on my Instagram. But it's going to be there. I'll be answering the questions that I'm encouraging you to answer. And as I try different things, I will let you in on it and see and start a conversation and open dialogue outside of just the show, so that you can message me, DM me privately, or comment on my pictures, whatever the case might be. My Instagram is at MVP, most valuable player, Ann, ANN, .Mina, MAINA, and I'm sure it will show up somewhere on the screen at some point. Talk soon.